Hi, I'm Chris Folmsbee. Welcome back to Confirmation for Parents, Grandparents, and Guardians. This video series is really for any adult that's investing in the spiritual lives of a confirmation student. Now, up until now in confirmation, we focused on some of the big theological topics of the Christian faith. Things like the Bible, the Trinity, which was a really big one, sin, Jesus' incarnation, another big one, salvation and grace, the resurrection, what happens when Jesus comes again. All of these things are huge, but in the last few sessions of confirmation, we're going to turn our attention towards practical matters of the Christian faith, which is being in community with Christians, prayer and other disciplines, and how to use our spiritual gifts and sharing our faith. And our first of these sessions is what's called What is the Church? Now, what comes to mind when you think of the church? What are your first memories of church? Do you think of a building or a sanctuary perhaps? Does your mind go to baptisms and communion and the things that we refer to as sacraments? Do you recall hearing stories of the Bible in Sunday school at an early age, or children's church, or vacation Bible camp, missions trips, retreats, other church camps, all of these things? Or maybe you think of the nursery rhyme we were taught as the children, right? Like, here's the church, here's the steeple, open it up and see all the people. The church is all of those things, but it's so much more. Like most of the things in the story of God, the church is meant to be about relationships. And I'm sure you're starting to see a thread, if you haven't already, or a pattern here throughout all of our lessons about relationships. And Jesus gave us the church so we could be in community with other believers as we grow deeper in our faith and serve the world. And this is the main point. And the earliest Christians modeled what the church was meant to be about. In fact, in Acts chapter 2, 42 through 44, we read, "The believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, to the community, to their shared meals, and to their prayers. A sense of awe came over everyone. God performed many wonders and signs to the apostles. All the believers were united and shared everything." While many things have changed about the church since its earliest days, there are some things that will always be true. The church is about believers in Christ gathering together to pray, to break bread, to learn more about God, to help one another, and to be united in their shared belief in Jesus Christ. This week in confirmation, your students will be challenged to reach out to 2 or 3 people in the church who have made a difference or an impact in their life, who maybe have modeled for them what the church is actually supposed to be like. And through a note or a text message or an email, they're supposed to say thank you for being the hands and feet of Christ. Maybe you could do the same. Reach out to someone in your church, or maybe someone in your past who's had an impact in your life. And maybe it was a pastor or a Sunday school teacher, a small group leader. Simply tell them thanks. And afterwards, you share with your student about the person who you showed Christ to because of their involvement in the church. So what is the church? The church is people, just like you and me, who are reaching out as the hands and feet of Jesus to others in community. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time.